Hello, good morning and welcome to the next session. Now today I am going to talk about managing various data science projects. So this is the topic of our discussion today. What is meaning by managing the various data science project? So what is the objective of our learning? Once our team has built a project, we may realize that it requires a effective management strategy. So suppose we are having a team of 5-6 people and we are able to develop a good project. After developing the project, we realize that I require a management strategy because I have to market the product, I have to realize the customer, I have to do so many innovative ideas, I have to see that my software works perfectly okay on the deployment and so on and so forth. So let us see some of the questions. Can you see a traditional software development methodology for working for the data science project? What caveat do you have to look for, and what processes should be used to manage the software development iteration or manage the development iteration? Next point is, how can we sustain a balance between a research and implementation? Sometimes the implementation is taken over by the research and sometimes research is delayed, so innovation get implemented. How should you deal with the situation of a very important concept in our machine learning, deep learning, and so is the probability, dealing with the extreme uncertainty, meaning will your project will be successfully implemented and will be used by the customer, what will be the effect and so on and so forth. So we always have a uncertainty principle available whenever we are delivering a project or delivering a software product. So what I am going to talk is, how do I manage my innovation and how a data science project are being implemented. So managing innovation. Do I require innovation? AI, machine learning, deep learning, or data science, they are all innovative subfields of the AI. Okay. So for most of the companies, data science and machine learning belongs to the area of my innovation. So many of the companies, they will not have a data science department, they will not have a ML department, or they will not have a AI department as a one of the profit making department. Unlike software development, these disciplines are called as terra incognita. That means it is called as a knowing uncertainty or unknown territory. So we do not know where we are crossing the boundary. So for our customer and business holder, so we use a word called as terra incognita. That means I do not know really the territory where it is going to encompass in the industry. So if you approach a data science project like any other objective project or any other project, you will face many unexpected problems. The reason is very clear and we will see one by one. The domain of DS needs to be handled differently. That is the underlying principle. A data science project has to be handled differently than our traditional project. When we step into the area of innovation, the definition of best and good changes. So this is the underlying principle. The definition of what is good, what is best is also going to keep on changing. The thing which were best yesterday will not be useful today. So that is the whole thing. We will explore innovation management and present answer to the following questions. Number one, understanding innovation and exploring its management. Innovations are necessary, definitely, and how do you manage the innovation? Then next and very important question we have to deal with and answer with, why do big organizations fail so often? Very big companies, they are not opening any DS or machine learning or AI algorithm or AI implementation software based project. So underlying principle is, why do big organizations fail so often? So there are various big organizations in the world, they have implemented the data science and machine learning, but they are not able to cope up with the market. They are not able to give the product as per the expectation of the market, and they often fail. Next point is balancing sales, marketing, team leadership and technology. So I have four turbulence to manage. Sales has to increase, So, suppose sales is not increasing, I have a trouble. Marketing has to be generate new market, it is not happening. Team leadership is in the doom condition, it is not a very good team leadership, and the technology people are not using. So, we have to understand a balancing act between sales, marketing, team leadership and the technology. Then next point is managing innovation. In a very good point to discuss is big companies and startup companies. Suppose you are being given a choice in your interview to join a startup company or a big which is established company. Okay. So, what will be your choice? I will discuss that in detail. And finding the project idea. So, we have to explore these following questions. Now, let us start a very simple definition of innovation. What is innovation, especially as pertaining to a data science domain? Let us start with the definition of innovation. We said that it is something new or something that is introduced in a different manner. A bulb is there, bulb was invented somewhere in 80s, but now the bulb has changed from the incandescent bulb to a LED bulb. So, innovation has been there. An introduction of a new thing or a method. So, ever since okay. Now, one more thing we have to remember when we talk about innovation, innovations are always temporary, they are not permanent. So, yesterday something was invented, tomorrow and day after tomorrow a new thing will come over and the innovation will take over. So, innovation ideas are always temporary, they are not permanent. Edison light bulb was one of the innovative ideas. Now, nobody uses incandescent bulb, everybody is going for a LED because of the low power, low cost and so on and so forth, and so is the car. Successful innovation invade our daily life like a tempest, change forever and they become a mundane. Failed innovation will fade away and become a forgotten. So, there are so many new languages came like Fortran, COBOL, they have forgotten, nobody uses them. They were innovative at one point of time, but now history has changed and history has taken over many of the things. Please remember one more thing. If you look at the history, creation of technology does not guarantee a success. So, you have created a good technology, but you will be able to get a successful market, successful marketing strategy and things like that. So, look at the history. Automobile first appeared in 1886, but only after 27 years it was Ford Motor who built a moving assembly car in 1930. Now, we see on the road in Hyderabad different varieties of the cars are available. What is the answer? Innovation, market, breakthrough. These are all the points we have to worry about in the data science too. So, let us see the innovation. So, we say that why do next question I am going to answer is why do big organizations fail so often? So, big companies often see innovation as a gold mine. So, naturally a company who is looking for a innovation has to think about in terms of the financial capital, in terms of the market value. So, it is a like a gold mine to the company. Many interpreters think, have you heard about this new artificial intelligence startup? Do you think that any big company have done a startup business or a startup department as a AI department? Just imagine what we can achieve in this field. Our resources are vast compared to the other companies. However, history dictates otherwise. Ulta, I mean a reverse. Since emerging innovation technology are often born inside a smart startup rather than a big business, big stable business. So, you can see that innovations always start from a small startup companies, and that small startup companies will give a big boon in the business. So, this is counteractive. Large companies have more resources, people, time and risk immunity, while a startup have almost none. Why do we think that big corporation failed? So, I have shown here a diagram showing a startup company versus a big company. A startup company is like a flying company, a big company is already a stable company, they have stable job, stable people, they have big stable business and they have resources like people, they have time, they have money, they have risk immunity. Even if the business fail, no problem, they will be able to bear the risk of failure. Okay. Where the startup will not be able to bear the risk of a failure. Okay. So, if I am given a choice of a job, okay, should we work at the startup company or I should work for a big tech company? Now this question I am going to answer. So look at here. On the left hand side I am showing you a startup company, on the right hand side I am showing a established company, and I am on the road and trying to figure out which company should I join. Should I join a startup company or already established company? Answer is innovations generate little to no revenue in the first stage of my development. So if I am joining a startup company, the revenue generation in the startup as an innovative idea will be very less. In large companies, innovative product will often compete with the best offer of the company itself. So already companies are established, they will have a innovative product and there will be a inside competition among the product itself. So if you look at this from this angle, innovation seems to be legitimate in a startup company while being incompatible with the revenue channels of the big company. Okay, so revenue channels of the big company, small companies strive to get income. Naturally, a startup will look for a income. A competing with the large corporation is developed market is not an option because already the market is established for a big business company. A small startup won't have enough resources to deliver competitive product that a market needs. Thus, the natural way a startup is survival is the innovative idea. Second point about the startup company is there is no role defined. Everybody need to do everything. Okay, whereas in a big houses or big established company, you have a defined role, you have a defined strategy to perform. So in a startup company, one have a good chance to learn each and everything of the aspect, and there is nothing like a boss and a hierarchy to be followed. Okay, there is a equal sharing of information. You can change your idea, you can share your ideas, you can be innovative, and you can do whatever you want in a startup company. Whereas in a established company, those things take a back seat. So look at the innovation taken by the hard disk drive. There was a very good company called as Winchester disk drive, okay, and they started the market from 14-inch disk drive, 8-inch, 5 and quarter, 3.5 inch, and now so on and so forth. They were so innovative that from a 14-inch disk diameter they came to a diameter of 3.5 and even less, okay, and it is having a gigabyte and terabyte of a storage capacity. Are they were innovative? Starting innovative project in a large company seems to be easy, but finishing them is a troublesome job. Innovations appear as a nonsense according to a company's short to mid-term goals, since they are bringing no revenue for a large investment. So big company look for a revenue for a larger investment, whereas a startup they will look for a money in the okay long run. However, bringing innovations to the large organization is not impossible. Okay, and we can see that good idea of a business also always start from the small to a big organization as we progress upon. So sometime a big industry also failed because they are not able to they are not able to catch up with the market, and some of the other companies take on over. For example, Winchester disk drive, at one time Seagate technology was very popular, but nowadays Seagate is nowhere in the market. So these are the some of the problem. Now let us look at the a comparison between the two, startup company and a corporation company. So where we stand for startup versus corporate advantages. In a startup company, I have a large scope of the work, so I will be exposed to many different kind of work. So it is a training at the work itself. Then I have another very good value is high value equity. So if my startup company grows very well, I'll be a shareholder in the company itself, so my equity value will be very large in the end. Leadership opportunities, yes, I can become a project team leader, I can become a team leader in a startup company. Career growth definitely very high, work culture is very good because you can intermix with the people, and high pay scale from the start. So if your project is successful, your remuneration, your honorarium, your pay scale will be very good scaled up. Now coming to the corporation side, I have specialized job role. So I have a typical job, a specialized job role only. Stable salary and benefits. So there is no even if the project is successful, I have a stable salary and some of the benefit or some of the fringe benefit which the company gives to me. Another advantage is basically you have access to the mentorship, where there is a no mentor in the startup. Here you have a people, here you have a project leader or a manager who have undergone the training. They know how to mentor the junior, they know how the business works. So you have a access to the mentorship, which is not possible in case of a startup. Better work life balance, so naturally it is not there in the startup, because, and the very important is job is highly secured, whereas in a startup we don't know. Okay, so these are some of the comparisons between a startup company and a corporation company. And let us see the game changer of the market. Data science is still a young field with great potential. Many experts state that even if we were to suspend new research, we can bring a integrate new technology to have a emergence in the last 10 years. Okay, so it will be ahead in the game, and the nowadays we have innovations like a driverless car. We have innovations like ChatGPT. We have so many number of different AI projects coming into the market, and they are taking over the human performance better than. So, like hard disk example, a research project need to grow its feature in order to outrun its current competition. So, DS uses research in machine learning, deep learning, statistic to deliver a software product that solve a real world problem. So, my job is to solve a real world problem, and from there onwards I am going to get the money. So, to become stable and widely applicable, software need to have a large time for investment, and the time for software engineer, data science and other technology expense the cost of the money. So, today I tried to give you a overview about the startup and a comparison between a startup and the already a a corporate industry, and this is how our game changer changes in the data science life. Thank you so much.